going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City transfer update. It's our final transfer update, running daily through the January winter transfer window. It's February 1st, transfer window. It's closed, it's shut, no more transfers can now be done until the summer. So I'm going to do a roundup of everything that happened with Manchester City regarding transfer deadline day, following on from yesterday's video of anything that we did miss. So if you want to stay up to date first and fast with all the latest transfer news for Manchester City on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to my channel. The answer is yes, I will be running the series again in June, daily summer transfer updates for Manchester City. So subscribe if you want to stay up to date. We'll have plenty more transfer updates out, I am sure, running throughout the rest of the season too, as we keep up to date with all the latest Manchester City transfer news. So subscribe if you haven't already. On the push to 30k subscribers, now less than 1,900 subscribers away from that, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Also, don't forget as well, social media links there in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. TikTok link in the description if you want to go and follow me on there. Leave a thumbs up, 300 likes is the aim. Also, don't forget as well, do let me know your thoughts in the comments below, as I'm always interested in what you do have to say with regards to these transfers. Finally, I want to say a big thank you to Manscaped for sponsoring my daily Manchester City series. You can go and check them out. The code JSGC is still active for 20% off the Manscaped website. Links and details there in the description. You can go and cop yourself the new Lawnmower 4.0. I've got mine. Have you got yours? Go and check it out. Get 20% off. Use code JSGC. Links and details there in the description. So let's crack on with this video. We've got 4 stories to speak about. So we're going to start off first with the out, because it kind of is an out, and it comes in the form of an update on Pedro Porro, former Manchester City man. He has now joined Tottenham Hotspur from Sporting Club de Portugal on loan. He hasn't left permanently yet. Yet is the key word. Man City will not get their over £10 million that they're due from this deal until the summer. So Spurs have signed him on loan until the end of the season, and they have an obligation to buy for £39 million. Which to me is what Manchester City should have done with João Cancelo. João Cancelo has to be loaned out. It's suggesting to me he doesn't have a future at Manchester City, and that is a massive shame. However, if we are going to be shipping players out, rather than doing it on loan with an option to buy, I'd rather have an obligation that we're guaranteed to get the money. €70 million has been put on offer to Bayern Munich to sign him as an option in the summer. I'd rather have an obligation, even if it means accepting a little bit less, 60, €65 million. The obligation there means they will get the money, which means Sporting CP will get the money. They'll get £39 million from Tottenham Hotspur for Pedro Porro in the summer. So in the summer, City are due their money that they are owed from that transfer as part of our sell-on fee that was included for Pedro Porro to leave Man City to go and join Sporting CP. So whopping 30% of that transfer we get. So we get 30% of £39 million, which works out at over £10 million for Manchester City, which is fantastic. I think it's £11.7 million City are going to get from that deal, and City have done absolutely nothing. Now, Man City did have a buyback clause included in the transfer deal for £17 million. Man City have chosen not to make that happen, and with Cancelo leaving, they could well have made that happen. It would have made sense to have made something like that happen. So if Pedro Porro ends up being a tremendous success at Tottenham Hotspur, I'm going to refer him back to this moment and ask him why Man City didn't do more to make that happen. And other people have asked, why did Man City not sign Pedro Porro and then sell to Tottenham Hotspur so we get the money and we get the bigger profit? So we could have obviously signed him for £17 million and sold him for £39 million. Well, in actual fact, Tottenham wouldn't be paying us £39 million. They're paying the money that they value Pedro Porro at. So City are getting just under £12 million. It means Sporting CP are getting £27 million, which would reflect the value of Pedro Porro without that sell-on fee, which is the money, the profit that Sporting CP are making on this on the transfer. So they're making £27 million. So City were to sign him for £17 million and then to sell him for £27 million, we could make an extra £10 million. But there's no guarantees that we're going to make that happen. There's no guarantees that City wanted the headache of anything potentially going wrong and you're stuck with a player that at the end of the day you probably didn't want. So City, that's why they included a nice high sell-on fee there. We get guaranteed money for very little work, and City in the summer are going to get just under £12 million for that transfer that went through yesterday, but it'll come in the summer, not in this window. Now, moving on, Luke Mbete left Manchester City once more. We did recall him from his loan at Huddersfield in the Championship and loaned him out to local side Bolton Wanderers in League One instead. So wishing Luke the very best of luck. I loved Bolton's announcement video with the anagram of Luke Mbete's name with countdown. I thought that was genius. A lovely bit of marketing and a lovely bit of teasing on their announcement video. So yeah, Luke Mbete, I think he's a cracking player. I think Bolton have got themselves a brilliant player as well. I'm not too sure why Huddersfield weren't utilising Mbete and giving him starts and giving him minutes, but I'm sure he'll get that at Bolton. He joins James Trafford on loan at Bolton too, so he does know somebody there which will help him settle. And as I said, pretty local to Manchester City as well. So I'm sure that'll be a good move. Ian Evatt has Bolton playing some really nice passing, attacking, fluent football, doing pretty well in League One too. So at the end of the day, sometimes it's better to be playing your trade at the top end of League One than it is at the bottom of the Championship, because there's not too much difference other than you're going to be getting starts in League One than you might be getting in the Championship. So I'll keep an eye out, and of course I will have my loan reports out during the international break in March. Now, moving on to the final transfer of the outs comes in a very short update on Bernardo Silva. Confirmed yesterday that Bernardo Silva wasn't leaving. Barcelona were interested. I swept it under the carpet because it's just ridiculous. And Record in Portugal say Barcelona got in contact with Man City to try and sign Bernardo Silva on transfer deadline day on loan. I put on my notes just LOL. Not going to happen. So yeah, Bernardo Silva stays a Manchester City player until the very least end of the season. Now, moving on to the ins, I want to speak about Enzo Fernandez. Now, he hasn't formally been announced by Chelsea as of yet. I'm pretty sure they're going to do a big announcement. It's the biggest transfer that's happened in this window. It's the biggest, most expensive British transfer ever. £105 million. He's going to be joining Chelsea from Benfica after they activated his €120 million release clause, which is £105 million. I think that personally is a really good signing for Chelsea. And Man City, when we've been identifying central midfielders, Enzo Fernandez was very much a contingency for Man City. We had a release clause to go at, and I'm not sure if City were banking on him staying until the summer and leaving him as an option, but he was always going to be an option rather than the main option, and Chelsea chosen to steal a march on everybody and managed to work really hard to bag a cracking player in Enzo Fernandez. Now, let's not forget, Man City turned down the opportunity to sign Enzo Fernandez when we signed Julian Alvarez. They offered us, I think it was just around £15 million. It might be 15 million euros. I can't remember which currency it was, but we got offered Enzo Fernandez before he joined Benfica, and it's amazing what some regular starts on a good World Cup campaign does, and all of a sudden his value shot up from £15 million to £105 million. And I think there's a sell-on fee included for River Plate where they're getting, I think, £37 million, which just happens to be their most expensive sale ever for a player that doesn't play for them because of a sell-on clause, which is absolutely incredible. Now, Chelsea going to be paying £105 million. I think it's £40 million up front, and then they're paying the rest in 6 instalments based over 2 years, is what I've heard. And so, yeah, it's going to be a very expensive transfer for Chelsea, and Man City miss out. So what this means now for Manchester City is very much, when it comes to an energetic, young central midfielder, eggs are firmly in the Jude Bellingham basket. The problem is, so are Liverpool's eggs, so are Real Madrid's eggs. Now, we managed to do really well and managed to battle, and we won the race for Erling Haaland last season. There's no guarantees that that'll be the same with Jude Bellingham, although, dealing with the same club, we could make it happen. We'd need Jude Bellingham to force that transfer and say, I want Man City over Liverpool and Real Madrid, which we haven't received word of as of yet, other than Bellingham is pushing for and wants to move out from Dortmund this summer, and Dortmund want an incredible amount of money to make that transfer happen, and 105 million for Fernandez. I imagine that Dortmund will be pushing for that, maybe even a little bit more in the summer when it comes to Bellingham's transfer. Will City pay it? That's the big question. The problem we face is, though, we've missed out on Fernandez. If we end up missing out on Bellingham, we could either be stuck with what we've got, which is an ageing midfield, which clearly Man City, having a look in the market, aren't happy with, or we end up signing somebody else for a cheaper price. Now, we was getting linked with James Maddison yesterday. James Maddison, in my opinion, is a really good player. He's a brilliant squad player to have around. If Man City gets some injuries and we need quality to be coming into our midfield, then someone like James Maddison on an affordable price, I have absolutely no problem with. What I do have a little bit of a problem with is the fact that if we don't bring in Bellingham or Fernandez, who in my opinion would improve Manchester City's midfield, we bring in Maddison instead, which in my opinion, Maddison isn't a step up on players like De Bruyne, Gundogan, Bernardo, Rodri. He is not a better player than any of them players that I just mentioned. And so it puts City in a situation, whereas Jude Bellingham, given 1 or 2 seasons, could be right up there with them names. Obviously young, one of the most sought after central midfielders too. City are going to have a lot of hard work to do, so I imagine between now and the summer, City will be trying to make that transfer happen, but we'll be having a good look around at other players too. But one of the contingencies, Enzo Fernandez, off the market, joins Chelsea in the most expensive British transfer ever. £105 million he signs for Chelsea from Benfica in the biggest transfer of the whole January and summer transfer window, but also the biggest transfer of the January winter transfer window. It just so happens to be the biggest transfer on deadline day as well. So maybe Man City going back to the drawing board. We'll see. Love to know your thoughts, though, in the comments below. So there we go. That has been the video. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy this video, leave a thumbs up. That would be much appreciated. Don't forget, as well, to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe if you're new around here. Plenty more City and transfer content to come. Also, don't forget social media links. They're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Email also in the description, too, if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. TikTok link also in the description if you want to go and follow me on there. And remember, go and check out Manscaped, today's video sponsor. This video is brought to you by Manscaped.com, the premium global brand for men's grooming and hygiene products. Manscaped provide the best tools, equipment and liquids for every body part. They have been kind enough to send me the new Lawnmower 4.0. The Lawnmower 4.0 is a cordless trimmer with a wireless charging system, providing 90 minutes on one full charge on the lithium-ion battery. The trimmer has LED lights on the front to show battery life, and also on the trimmer for a more precise shave. Ceramic blades with skin-safe technology are provided to help reduce nicks and cuts. 4 trimmer guard options are also available to customize your hair length. The Lawnmower 4.0 is waterproof, allowing for easy cleanup. A new travel lock feature is built in to prevent vibrations whilst on the go. So come and join me and 2 million other men worldwide who trust Manscaped when it comes to keeping yourself clean and tidy. Use code JSGC for 20% off and free worldwide shipping. Thank you very much to Manscaped for sponsoring this video and for sponsoring all of my transfer updates throughout the January winter transfer window. Go and check them out. Links and details in the description. Remember, use code JSGC for 20% off. That code isn't active for much longer, so if you want to go and get anything, go and cop yourself anything on there, go and check that out. Hurry whilst the discount code is still active. And that's the end of my daily Manchester City transfer updates for the winter transfer window. I want to thank everybody for the support. Thank you to everybody for interacting with me. It's been my pleasure in covering this for you guys, and we will be back again in June for the daily Man City series for transfer updates throughout a busy summer transfer window. So if you want to stay up to date on YouTube first and fast with all the latest City transfer news, subscribe to my channel is the easiest way to go about that. And I'll see you all again real soon. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.